Guys, I'm not even looking at the directions. You think a semi-professional amateur needs directions? No. No directions is my middle name. We're taking a quick diversion, folks. I went out while my wife wasn't watching and bought myself some scaffolding. Now, it's very important to do these things when your wife's not watching, just in case she doesn't like it. Everyone needs scaffolding. I mean, come on. So the reason I got scaffolding is because there's nowhere to lean up a ladder or whatever to access my beams, like in the middle and stuff. And so I figured, what better way than some scaffolding? So let's put the scaffolding together, shall we? Yeah! Whoa, whoa. Oh. Looks pretty good. Now we got some scaffolding. Let's see if we can reach the top. We're just gonna get right into it. I've set up my brand new scaffolding. We're gonna prepare the beams. There's a couple, there's some printed print on it for where the 2x10s came from, or 2x8s, 2x8s, 2x10s, I don't know what it are. But we're gonna sand them down, just sand them in spots, get rid of any marks that there might be, so when we stain it, everything looks bien, bon, très bien, magnifique, incroyable. Yeah, let's just get on the old scaffold in here and start sanding these beams. I call them beams, but they are just like 2x8s. I do understand, okay? But they're gonna look insane. 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 When we stain them. So the idea is we're gonna stain them first. That way if I get any stain on the ceiling, well, we're gonna paint it white anyhow. And it's easier to be precise with paint than it is stain, because stain tends to bleed. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let's get after it, shall we? So when I was putting the sheathing in with my nail gun, I missed like 6 times. So I'm just gonna cut the nails off with my zippy cut. So I only stained the 2 beams because, well, after I did, I was like, man, is this too dark? But you know, after leaving it for a couple days, it's really nice. It's brightened up a bit. Obviously it'll look darker at night, but it's looking good. Again, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. There's 15 beams total. And I'm hoping it doesn't make the whole roof seem too heavy, but because I'm gonna paint in between the beams, I think it'll brighten it up and it'll look fine. It'll be nice, it'll have nice contrast. So we're gonna go ahead and keep staining. It's gonna take a while. I got 15 beams to go, or 13. I've only done 2. And yeah, it's a lot of work, but are we scared of a lot of work, people? No! We sign up every day for more work. Every time I make a mistake, I choose to make that mistake because I like to do things that are twice as difficult, take twice as long, and I love losing sleep over this project. So, let's get after it, shall we? Wow. Oh, it took a long time. But it looks good. It looks really, really good. So one thing that kind of sucks, I'm gonna have to somehow fix it, is where my whitewash got onto the beams, just a little bit. I'll show you a shot of what it looks like, but because it's water-based, it sank into the wood and dried. When the oil-based stain came on top of it, it basically just kind of sits on top, and it's very obvious that there's a whitewash underneath, which sucks. I tried sanding it, the little sander I have to get right into the corners. It just didn't do a good enough job, so I'm gonna have to go in there and rough it up some more so the stain can, you know, get through, or basically remove the whitewash on the beams if there is any, and stain it. And you can't really see it from the ground, but when you're up there you can see it a little bit, and it bothers me. You live and you learn, so that kind of sucks. But anyhow, it looks flippin' awesome. My dad, who watches these episodes, pointed out you never mentioned why you use a rag when you stain. So, if you haven't stained before, I mean, most stains, they say you can use a brush, I'm pretty sure, but it really doesn't make any sense. Stains are so watered down. It's very different than paint. And the wood absorbs the stain extremely quickly. And if you're to do a brush, it might go on a little bit too thick, and if you were to go over it again, it really wouldn't do anything. But with a rag, you can soak a rag in stain and start applying it with the wood, and as you continue to go back and forth, one, it removes you know, any excess stain that might be on that piece of wood. B, it also allows you to continually soak it into the wood around it, so you know, avoid getting splotchy marks where portions of the wood has soaked the stain in more than the other. And finally, it's just easier because you can cut up your old boxers and dish towels and have some nice rags. Because after you use a rag for, you know, a couple hours staining, you're gonna want to throw it out anyhow. Well, I'm gonna get out of here because all this oil-based stain doesn't smell very good. That's why I wear a face mask. I've had the fan running the entire time I've been in here, but obviously I turned it off so you guys can hear me talk. So I'm gonna let this dry for a day or two and get the fumes out. And then we're gonna paint the ceiling and finish. There's a couple little pieces of trim and whitewash I still have to add, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Oh, my neck's broken. Oh, my neck hurts so much.